Good morning, everyone. It is 1 a.m. and excuse that light over my banner. I can't do anything about that. Yes, for those who have never seen my craft room, I am in my craft room. But don't mind me. I'm about to have a massive hot flash. Anyway, this is definitely not about food. So you already know where I'm sitting. So if you need to leave through the door that says exit, exit now. Anyway, yesterday was a really hard day for me. I'm having a massive heart. I'm gonna have to turn my fan on. I don't want to do it because I know you may hear it and it may sound funny. Anyway, yesterday I had a really hard day, but then I overturned that when I started focusing on what I do have rather than what I don't have, knowing that my account was 0.00. But girls and boys, guess what happened to me? A neighbor knocked on my door. I had more than one visit yesterday, but someone knocked on my door. She went to the Rental Tenant Association and they looked at her paperwork and they saw that her rent was a couple of $100 charged more than what it's supposed to be. So I was so thankful that she had came in here and told me that because I already sat down with ChatGPT and figured out mine, and my rent is $330 more than what it's supposed to be. But the person told her to just keep paying her rent. When they figure out what their mistake or figure it out whatever, they'll work it out. I already said I was paying mine because I already looked for shelters to go into. I couldn't find any shelters. I already struggled with laying in that bathtub and taking some pills, and I couldn't do that. And I kid you not, I was already ready. I was just afraid because I didn't know where I was going to end up once I turned over to the dark side. That's the part that I was scared about. But anyway, that is not a joke because I was dead. I was there. My emotions, and I couldn't stop crying. I couldn't get my mind back to positiveness. Nothing. But I am absolutely feeling better tonight because I did something on the strength of myself, not realizing that I wasn't going to be able to do it because I kid you not, I'm not a people person. I'm not a people person. I'm very shy in real life, even though I can be the comedian at a party. I can make people laugh. People laugh and say all the time I'm funny, but sometimes I'm not trying to be funny. But anyway, someone was here, and when she was here, she was looking through my bags and stuff like that, and she was like, "Oh my!" And she didn't realize what I was doing, so I ended up showing her a bag, and she said, "You think you can make me one of those?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And I said, "But what would you like it to say?" And she was like, "I want to sell cards. I want to sell them, but I want them to be more than $1." So I said, "Well, hold on a minute. Let me sit down and we figure this out, talk this over." So we sat down, we talked it over. Then I was, talking to her. But when people hit rock bottom, some some people hit rock bottom. That's when they trying to pull all the hair out, trying to figure out what the hell they can do. It is time to start thinking about what you can do before you hit rock bottom. Before you hit rock bottom. Now, I absolutely mean no ill will against anyone. I am a parent. I am a single woman. I'm all of that. So I have zero more. I don't stand higher than anyone else, and I absolutely live on basically nothing. If I'm not doing a hustling grind, I'm not really out there. I don't have anything coming my way. What I am finding now that makes me absolutely disgusted is how many people are saying, on one hand, you have people in low income housing who's not trying to do anything, not doing this, and they're just reaping from the government. Then I find out that someone's children slept in a car and froze to death. Now you got everyone saying, "Oh, why didn't the government help this person?" Which way is it gonna be? And then on top of that, you have single young women saying they don't have money to feed their kids, but you're steadily having those damn children. That's my issue right there. And the reason why I say that's my issue is because I have a child of my own who wanted a child. I told my daughter from the rip, my grandchild is not growing up on food stamps. So you best to know off the rip, whoever the father is, you're not taking him for child support. Absolutely not. What he brings to the table, you're going to accept. If there's a disagreement, there is no you're going to court. No, nothing that comes into this family is going to stand before a judge to let that judge tell my child how much her child deserves from that man. Hell no. You're going to put your foot in it because you're taking care of this here that you put on this earth. I let my daughter know we are not going to follow this. I said, I'm struggling as it is, and you trying to get yourself together. You are not having a child on food stamps. Not my grandchild. Now, if I had to take it, which of course I would have, and I let her know, you may think I'm the worst mother in the world. I don't care. You have a child and you can't take care of it. Steve, I don't take you to court for that child. Yes, I would. I don't want not one of my grandchildren coming into this world. Now, I don't mind a Medicaid card to help with the hospital bill, and I don't care what anyone says. That's a bill that no one can honestly pay. But no, we're not gonna. This is not gonna be no train station, and we just everybody jump on a train and follow it. No, we're not playing that over here. And I already explained to her I want no grandchildren unless my grandchildren do not come in this world on food stamps. Absolutely not. I said there is nothing to be proud about. If you need them, you need them because God knows we need them, especially those of us living on Social Security. How are we supposed to pay our bills? But I have been trying to get off of this crap forever. And I realized yesterday, because it's already going on 2 in the morning, I'm not going to sit down and stress myself anymore. Absolutely not. I have already put in the work trying to do it, and I'm going to still keep on trying. But I figured out that my best thing is to focus on what I do have, and that's it. So I had company in my bedroom, and then I realized that I don't really feel comfortable with that because I usually only have company of a certain type in my bedroom, and that's my man. But so I don't want to share a wall with a neighbor. So I'm really trying to figure something out. But I think maybe I need a sofa because, and then I don't want any fabric. And I got real issues, honey. Basically, someone sat on my sofa and she wasn't wearing the proper clothes, and my couch had something on it. I threw the whole fucking couch out. And it was brand new, child. Tell me, but I don't plan it. Some things I'm not having in my home. Anyway, I showed her this bag, and it was because it was already there, but it says kindness greeting cards $1. So this is the bag that I made for myself that I said I was going to carry outside, but then I realized I can't do that. I don't know, I'm not that person. So she asked me to make her a bag, and she wants to sell cards. And guess what? I have tons of cards in here. Can you see them? Can you see them? I got the books right there. I got cards all in there or everywhere. So, oh my God, we don't even want to get right here next to this thing and be dumping over that closet right there. But anyway, and then I was sitting down and she started saying how her daughter came and brought her $100 and this candy and all this other stuff. And I'm sitting here like, that is really nice and stuff. And I felt kind of bad for myself because my daughter wanted to come over and I know she had goodies for me and everything. And I said no. I said no because I had to do what's best for me. I'm trying to remove certain type of mentalities away from me, and I'm dealing with 1 minute I'm negative, next minute I'm positive, and I'm trying to stay positive, and sometimes I'm crying. So it is what it is. I said no, and then she just sent back a little heart, and and that was it. So I'm keeping my distance from a lot of stuff. Then someone I was with for 7 years picked the phone up and called me. So he'll be here tomorrow. He was like, I love you. And I'm like, oh boy. But we had I put it this way. I spent 5 hours in lockup. I almost did 4 years in prison for this man because he crossed the line. And I was like, so anyway, but we're best friends. So he'll be here tomorrow. I am almost positive that I have a semi-solution for another person that's really low and struggling and everything. I'm struggling myself, but I'm feeling a little bit better because I'm in a position mentally to be able to sit people down and try to reason with them and help them understand. I explained to one of my friends, I said, you know what? I'm not one to give advice because a lot of people are not into really wanting their advice. They just want to be somewhere and waste someone's time, just be around, sit in someone else's home, just suck up air. So I said, if you can't stop buying designer clothes and you can't stop the hair and the nails, and you go outside in your natural beauty to eliminate some of the money that you really don't have to spend, I really don't have nothing for you. I have nothing for you. I said because there's a time when you have to know within yourself what you can afford, and hair is not a need by any means in my book. In my book, I suffer from alopecia, so I have a patch of missing ear or wherever, but I could throw on a little hair, you know. I remember one time I threw a wig on my head and did a video, and everybody said, "Oh, it looks so nice." You're a liar. That rag didn't look nice. But anyway, I ended up messed up because somehow I can't get the picture off of one of my social sites, and every time I pop it up, I see me in that wig, and I don't want that. I want that with me with any hair, without any hair. You see my banner back there? I'm bald. That's how I want to be, you know. So it is what it is. But I'm feeling so much better. But then I turned on a YouTube video today, and there was a woman crying. Now I'm going to be very mindful of what I say because I did comment. I offered her some help in ways that she could do things, and I also told her she could call me and I would help her. But I said some of the stuff that I know I would not put it on the internet. But I also wasn't gonna put my number. You know, you can find me the best way you can find me. But I felt so bad because she was crying, saying that she went after her dream and she failed, and I felt the same way at one point. And then my neighbor called me, and he was telling me, you know, you should take your table out, you should put your table out. And then I'm like, I can't do that. And then when he did think about it, he said, oh, you know what, some places you won't be able to go because if people come to talk to you and stuff, you're gonna feel a certain way. Yes, I am, and I, you know, but I'm gonna work on getting away from some of these fears. So one of the things I'm thankful for is that my psychiatrist let me help him get my medicine to the dose that it is. So I am back on my bipolar medicine. All of those voices and all of those raggedy ass people that was in my head, it's gone, boys and girls. Bye-bye. And I'm able to focus. Not enough to say that everything is gone, because I can't be around the keychains and the doorbells and the phones ringing and stuff. But you know, it is much better. And today it's almost 2, so you know already we passed midnight. I was sitting there saying to myself, okay, I haven't washed my clothes from yesterday yet. I'm not going to bed until about 5 or 6 in the morning, maybe not even till tomorrow night. So I have time to wash my clothes. But before, my clothes would have had to be in the washing machine about midnight. That's not, I don't have to do that. I know they're going to be washed, and that's it. One thing I refuse to do is procrastinate. But yesterday I woke up and I did my bed, made up my bed and everything. Then I found myself, you know, making sure that the crease was this way, and I'm like this, and I'm like, oh no, is this back again? So I'm like, and then I'm like smoothing it out and getting all of the wrinkles, and I'm like, oh, good grief, is this back again? Then I noticed today my hand is all in the water, and I'm like, oh man, is this back again? So I'm seeing some of the things that's leveling off, and some of the things that's going bye-bye, and then some of the things that's coming back. But like I said, just keep me some lotion, because I have washed my hands a number of times. I used lotion a few times. I'm so upset because I don't know what is making my hair grow so much. Ooh, I keep on going to the bathroom, but I got my new shaver, so I keep going to the bathroom and keep shaving. I'm like, ugh. And then my mouth is messed up, so I was trying to eat, and I really couldn't eat. A few minutes ago, I went in the kitchen to try to eat again. I couldn't eat, but I did make sure I got me some seltzer type of water in here. So I'm able to drink it, but every time my tongue hits the roof of my mouth, it hurts so much. But all the thing I'm going to say to you guys, please do not wait until the last minute. I was on a site today, and 2 people already said they plan to commit suicide. and they already said they don't want anyone to feel bad for them, don't talk them out of it or nothing. But one person says she refuses to burden her children. Another person chimed in, and said, how sorry she was for the person. She said she has a couple of children. Hopefully I don't say whether it's a son and a daughter or whatever, so someone doesn't say, oh, I wonder who that could be. But she mentioned that one of her children um, got a home or whatever, and she has a room in the person's home, so she can go over there for like 2 weeks out the month. And then she said one of her daughters comes to her and spends about a week when she doesn't have to go to work. Another one of her kids is a doctor who comes over her house a few days a week and makes her walk 2 miles a day. Even when she's with her cane and she's in pain, he still make her walk. So other people were chiming in. One lady was 80 years old, and she said she still can do everything for herself. And she said no matter how much pain she's in, 6 o'clock every morning she's outside walking at 2 miles a day. She said that's what one of her family members, who's a doctor, said. And I was so thankful to hear that. She said because majority of everyone she knew within walking distance of her home ended up either in a wheelchair or bedridden or something. And she said she does believe if you don't do anything, you end up not being able to do anything. And that's what her mentality tells her. And I am so thankful because yesterday, as tired as I was, I put on one of the robots on Facebook, and I pulled my chair back, and I did my chair workout right here in this chair. And then I got up from here, and I got on my rowing ride, and I did my rowing ride. But not only that, I put the string to the highest weight possible so I could do about 5 minutes of it. So I already know what the major change in my body is. I'm sure everybody watching my video could tell too, but that's not this type of video. But anyway, I try to make sure I do my walking. Today when my phone rang, I was on the phone for about 2 hours. I got up from this chair and I started walking from room to room, until the pain got so bad that I couldn't stop screaming. And it is horrible that I'm sitting here and my underarms are starting to sweat. So, and that window is open. I don't know if the sheet is blowing, but it is. So, basically, even if I'm in pain, I'm going to try to do what little I can do to preserve whatever life I can, my independence to the best of my ability. But this has nothing to do with anything that I was speaking about before. And I have bipolar disorder, so I do tend to go from one subject to another. And I don't know I'm doing it, but right now I do know I'm doing it. My mother called me. There was a time in my life that someone did something to me that I felt so bad about that I've never been able to get over. And I still cry. And I keep on working on forgiveness, because if I forgive, then maybe I can move on. So I kind of figured that one of the reasons why I couldn't forgive is because I never told my mother. So I told my mother tonight, and last night, whatever she said it. I don't need to go into repeating it, but I felt so much better that I told my mother. But anyway, I was in high school, and I was going with someone that I did not know was a bad person. But when I found out he was a bad person, he was also a really popular person. So he had friends in the police department. So whatever he was doing, he was able to get away with for a pretty long time. He had clout and all that other stuff. So this man used to beat me for breakfast, lunch, and dinner because I wouldn't perform a certain act on him. So I didn't care if he killed me. I wasn't doing it. So it didn't matter. So one day, now I wasn't living here, but I'm living here now. About 2 corners from me, I was inside of the vehicle, and my brother, the one that passed, was in the back seat sleeping. He sat on my chest, and of course he was undressed to a certain point, and he tried to force me to do something that I wasn't going to do, and he beat me. I think I was cross-eyed. I think I was dizzy. all I could do was beg to die. That's all I could do. I was not opening my mouth, put it that way. He beat me for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every chance he could because I wasn't doing it. Anyway, his father lives right on the next block, his father's brother, whatever. So I tend to hear one of the people from time to time, and in my soul just crumbles because have you ever met a family when almost everybody sounds the same in some type of way? You know that person is related to someone. So recently, a couple while, I saw the brother outside and we were outside chatting it up and everything. But I wanted to ask, where is, but I didn't do it. But I was crossing the street one day in the summertime and I heard the voice and I stopped and panicked. And in my whole life, because before I got older, he beat me on this corner right here because yet again, he beat me for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So anyway, I want to ask where he is, just so I know if he's anywhere around here. So just recently, matter of fact, someone that was here last night, I asked, could you please ask so and so, where so and so is? I don't need to know the address, the state, whatever. But last I know, the person was in Connecticut. They're not in Connecticut now. I done searched the web everywhere. I just don't want to walk out of my door and see someone who looks familiar and don't remember where I know that person from, and then that person end up finding out where I live. Because then, if there's the slightest chance of me defending myself, I'm going to jail for murder. And I'm going to jail for murder, and they're not going to have any sympathy for me. But there's no possible way that person would ever get to lay hands on me if my ability was not caught off guard. But when I say he would close his fist and just bop me outside anywhere, nobody would protect me because they all knew who he was. It didn't matter. I remember one time when gold teeth were popular. I had gold teeth with big old mangoes in my ears and everything. He just said kapow, my teeth said boom over the bridge and everything. But even the man that I was talking to that was chatting me was scared to defend me because he knew he couldn't do anything towards the person who he was. So, and I begged the man. I said, please don't speak to me. Please don't say. He said, fuck so and so. And the man said, bow. And my head was like, and the teeth said, earring. I don't know where my earrings and everything went, but that day I don't think I was wearing the mango earrings. I believe the mango earrings someone stole from me. But anyway, I had those bad boys made. They were $500 too. But anyway, I actually told my mother tonight. I told my mother I did another situation where someone violated me so bad and left me for dead. I told my mother about that too. And she was like, oh, yeah. She was like, and she couldn't believe it. But sometimes people wonder why I cry every single day. I cry every single day, but I felt relieved. I actually felt relieved because I was trying to wait for my mother to pass away before I wrote the book, because the book was going to have the person's real name, and I was going to jam up the last name just a little bit so people would be able to figure out who it is. But I ended up telling my mother, and I told my mother which one of her friends found me, in that state, and she was like, and she couldn't believe it, but hopefully she didn't go to bed crying or something to sleep, to know that her daughter been holding on to this type of stuff. But I am going to, first of all, get the out of this house every now and then. Now, my only thing is I had a hard time wearing a hat, so it is freezing out here, and I couldn't feel it, so I was able to feel it through my ears, so I had to get myself back in the car. I had my gloves were in the car. Now, the only time I need my gloves is when I get in the car and I warm up the car because the steering wheel is cold. So I put my gloves right there. Someone needed to take someone somewhere, and next thing you know, my gloves are gone. So I'm like, okay, my gloves are gone. So now I'm trying my best not to shop, which means knock out the 2 loans I had got to get the goods that I got. Knock those off. So now I need to put an order together to get me some gloves because I need the gloves. But right now, that's not an important thing, so I'm going to hold off on that. Right now, my focus is that $80 for that table on Sunday. And The lady told me if I couldn't make it on Sunday, not to worry because the next event is in June. So I'm going Sunday to the best of my ability. Now I already have a crisp $20 bill in my purse, waiting in my purse, and then tomorrow I'm supposed to have 40, and then tonight I was supposed to have 40 again, but the 40 didn't come tonight. And let me give you a little piece of understanding if you don't have it already. Never count something unless it's already in your hand. Never count something unless it's in your hand, because people say they're going to do this and then turn around and do that. So if you banking on it, you're not going to get it. But I'm not going to use the terminology of I hope I'm going to be there. I'm going to keep saying I am going to be there. And in all honesty, I'm going to sit up all night and make my Mother's Day cards. And let me show you something, by the way. I was on ChatGPT and I described a card, and this is the card that it came up with. And then I was saying to myself, I'm so tired of doing all the chopping and all that other stuff. So I did the math with the paper and the ink and everything. I did all of the math. Then I'm sitting here saying to myself, how can I maneuver this so that I can print it, put the inside and everything? So I ended up doing it this way with the front, the back, and then this side. And I kept saying, if I flip it this way, I know I had to turn it around. So I turned the front around. Then I took it out, and here is my card. So now all I have to do is chop, glue the edges, and I'm good. So it will give me less work to do, but will also give me a heavier card. Now, I already said I was going to I already increased my ink allowance because I was already I already made my 300 copies because knocking out them damn bags in there. But I added 200 more, which means my bill is going to be a little bit over $20 next month, but I'm going to have that $20 this month. So I said, why would I begrudge myself something? Then I said to myself, I'm not going to purchase anything else to try to figure out what I'm going to do, if I'm going to do this, because I'm just not going to do it. I am going to make sure that whatever I have in my account everything goes to the 2 loans that I have, because my washing machine came with 1, and I'm gonna knock out the 2 loans that I have, and after that my landlord's getting everything minus the little teeny bit that I plan on saving, because there is no way this girl is not going to save something. But I did go to the Salvation Army a couple days ago. I showed my friend some dresses that I purchased. I ended up fitting 1 dress and 1 skirt. The others, they're leaving this house. I'm not storing nothing and end up with no 50 pounds of clothes, and I'm like, where am I supposed to put this in? My closet can't close. That person does not reside here. So the clothes that cannot fit me, they will be leaving here in June, put it that way. So I'm going to make sure I already threw some of them in the wash. So, and I went there with about $12, and I went for the 99-cent sale. So I'm going back because I need I'm going to church basically. So I went looking for something to wear to church. So I got a dress that I'm going to wear, but most likely I'm going to a different church Sunday because this event is at a church, and they want us to attend service and then go to the event. So they want us there at 10:30. I asked, could I get there about 9? Hopefully she'll say yeah, because I really want to get there at 8. And then she did reassure us that if we fix our tables and everything up, we could go into the service and our goods would be safe. So I'm not worried about that. If someone is steal from a table, honey, you needed it more than I do. I'm not even bothering go there. But I'm going to have a wonderful time, honey, because this girl right here is absolutely the bomb when it comes to them kind of things. This here is an element of a different stature of people, so I want to see what's going to happen. But one of the things I'm not too happy about, just open the door so I can bust your head open. That's all. It's already open. You think you slick, trying to be sneaky. Yes, you are trying to be sneaky. You trying to hold. Yeah, I hear what you trying to do. You better get in here so I can bust you upside your daggone head. Anyway, I believe that destination has a lot of people that live in this building. That's the problem that I have, because a lot of people in this building don't even know I still live here. So Oh, who is it? Coral. No, don't start. You get your. No, the lady. Remember the lady I said watch your video? Coral, my brother that cooks on YouTube. This is him, by the way. Hold. I'll be right back, guys. I just got back. It is two a little bit after 2 a.m. I had to drop my little brother home. Little, he acts like he's older than me. Little means the baby. But I'm completely feeling better, so I'm gonna show you something else. You'll see me in a few minutes when I do my next video. But this is my next tote bag. Spread kindness. I believe I chose the right flower to go with it. I tried to get it. I was normally gonna make two, but then I said, let me see what it looked like to make a full bag. So you'll see that in a few minutes. I am going to turn my TV back on for about 30 minutes before I make my next video. I have no idea where I left off, so we're gonna leave it at that. The big fat trap can be quiet now, and I will chat you later. And thank you so much for watching my video. I have to say, yesterday when I changed my title, I lost a subscriber, and then like maybe 5 of my videos have very few views, so I must have lost a lot of people. But I'm not complaining. Don't get me. Don't. I'm not going to be making any money here anytime soon. So I looked at my stats. Then today I ended up with 2 subscribers within a split second of me looking at the fact that I lost 1 yesterday. So thank you so much. That's all I can say. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.